is an enrichment day program.
It's a day program for adults with disabilities. I go there Tuesdays and Thursdays myself, which are the most busiest days there.
It's grown over the past 3.5 years to a 4-day-a-week program. We now have more than 30 individuals participating.
So Gabi started to go to TAPS, and she in the beginning was very shy. But later when she feels comfortable in the group where she is, she becomes very happy.
And there's a calendar of activities that incorporate fitness, music, art, creative arts, socialization, life skills.
It's like completely smooth. That's pretty amazing.
That is amazing.
My son's name is Brian. He loves TOPS. He loves it. He loves his peers. He loves every teacher. He loves them all. He loves every single one. I mean, I've met them all, and they're wonderful people.
To me, TOPS is like a second family. Every single time I look at my TOPS calendar, which is before my bedtime, I cross off the date, and I'm like, all right, that's what I'm doing tomorrow.
Well, Brian, tell us what you did this weekend, because we still
It provides for him something other than just being at home and doing nothing. It's very difficult when you have a child who can't, socialize with other kids and do the normal things other kids do. He can be with other people that are more like him, and he can feel more needed, wanted. He feels he belongs.
TAP is a program that really helps those kids to grow. If they would learn more of living skills, if they will have a habit to do some cooking or artwork, this will be wonderful for them.
It will help me be more independent and learning skills through them that I would learn to live on my own someday.
These young adults who have special needs, they should continue to have opportunities throughout the course of their lifetime. And I hope that's what we achieve.
When I was in middle school, when I was around 13, 14 years old, I was starting to notice some differences between myself and my peers. I noticed that I was spending more time kind of lower. I was more angry than they would get. I would overreact to things. I was having trouble sleeping. I just didn't want to talk to anyone. And when I realized that the problems weren't going away, that's when I realized that I might need help. It's actually, I think, my rabbi at the time who had told me that she thought I definitely needed help because I was at a very low point at that time. First time I walked in the building for JFCS, I didn't honestly know what to expect, and it was very calming. I felt like I could open up. I think it was one of my very first sessions here at JFCS where my therapist said to me that the only thing she could do to help me was to help me help myself. I was just thinking, oh, depression, that means really, really sad all the time. And that's basically the extent of my knowledge about that. But as I was continuing on here, I was helped to understand that there's also an imbalance in your brain and that it's out of your control, and you can work to change your view of the world, and you can work to change your view of yourself. If someone who just met me recently went back 5-6 years and met me then, they would not believe I was the same person. There's just a lot of me not talking to people, just laying around, wanting to be on my own, not wanting to do anything. But now things have just gotten a lot better. I'm feeling better. I just got accepted to my dream college. I'm working at my temple to help break the stigma surrounding mental illness. I've been given the opportunity to use my story to help other people. I spend more time on my own now, and it's not because I'm feeling isolated and I don't want to be around people. I just have a fascination with nature and the complexity of everything around me. So any chance I can get to capture that, whether it be photography or writing poetry or anything I can do, it's a very nice release. But once you start to see the little beauties in life, you kind of cling to them. And I'm just looking forward to years just filled with that and filled with the assurance that things just get better. I just wanted to thank JFCS for being there and for giving me that concrete routine to look forward to every week. Just for giving me support when I was feeling very, very alone and very confused, and guide me through the path to recovery.
So
were happy to partner with JFCS for the Right in Your Backyard program. It really was a wonderful opportunity for us to bring together not just our teens, but their parents as well, to try to facilitate a conversation about important issues such as drug abuse.
It was a program designed for 9th and 10th graders with their parents. There were 2 parents from our area who unfortunately had sons that became addicted to drugs and eventually died from drug overdose. There was also a very powerful presentation by a Cherry Hill police detective who talked about the issues in southern New Jersey with drug addiction.
If you think you see something that's not right, say something to someone that you trust.
What we were trying to do from a Torah perspective is to explore the mitzvah of Shmirat Haguf, which is taking care of one's body. Often in the synagogue we think about taking care of one's soul, which is important, but caring for one's body is a mitzvah as well.
One of the most shocking things to me was that kids travel right into Camden on their own and come back safely with the drugs that they're purchasing. My friends that are going through this, I'm just shocked that that's where they are in their free time.
I learned from the parents' point of view how scary it was for them to see their kids go through addiction and to see them experiencing all the symptoms, and they would start to steal and they would be lying about where they were going.
However, his life and what he would have been able to contribute to his family and friends was cut short.
At least one of the parents said that they had no idea that their child was using drugs. And I asked, really? You really had no idea? And they explained how they didn't know and how that could happen.
When we are allowing the conversation to open, to have the conversation, to allow our parents and our kids to know that, guess what, this is okay to talk about. We promote that health, the health of the soul, the health of the body, the health of the mind.
There are some people who are either ashamed if they're dealing with it, and then there are people who think it'll never happen to me, so they don't want to deal with it. And because of this program, it started a conversation not just in our house, but other people, other adults, other parents that I spoke to.
A program like this can't reach every kid in all of South Jersey. If it starts in the synagogue, I think it will build a better future for all the Jewish teens in the area because they'll know that with their Jewish friends, it's like a safe haven for them.
Don't be naive to believe that this can't happen to you. Because if you're not paying attention when you least expect it, your family's going to be involved in this.
It's easy to look at an issue like this and say it doesn't happen here, it can't happen in our community, it can't happen in our high schools, it can't happen to our children.
JFCS is the pulse of the Jewish community, allowing us to pay attention to what's really important. The life of our families, the souls of our families, and the health of our families and our community.